Hello everyone, Clark coming at you from Liquid Studio Productions. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to take a look at the PC interface of the Mooer GE300 when I do my amp setup. I'm also going to show you all the different writing options and all the effects that are built in. Then I'm going to show you how I set up two different amps. The first amp that I set up is an orange Thunderbird 200 with the matching 2x12 cabinet with vintage 30 speakers. The second amp I set up is a 2-rock Cardiff amp that I set up with a Dr. Z 4x12 speaker cabinet. For the orange Thunderbird, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth and I'm going to show you the full setup. I'm going to go through everything from setting up the amp, the power tubes, the speaker cabinet, all the different effects, and I'm also going to show you how to save your different patches to the different pedals. For the 2-rock setup, it's going to be much faster. I'm just going to show you the effects that I patched in and quickly how I have it ready. Then I'm going to show you how the amps stack up in a mix. I put them in with a MIDI drum track that I recorded, and I also recorded a bass guitar through the Mooer GE300 as well. Now when you hear the full song, I did add a few plugins. I added just a few compressors on each one of the tracks, and then I added a limiter on the final track. And I also added the little micro shift on the lead guitar that I did. Well, I hope you enjoy the video. This is the PC interface as soon as you load the program up. As you can see, you have multiple writing options. You can adjust the XLR output and the master output. You can also set your left and right sends to either a dry or affected signal. You can also set it up for reamping if you want to change up one of your DI tracks. From this menu, you can also set up the color of your foot switches to whatever you would like. Your controls for the looper are in this menu as well, but I'll get into that in another video. This is the control menu where you would set up any of your effects and patches. There is a global EQ which you can set up for individual outputs such as your headphones, your XLR, and your master output. You can set up multiple expression pedals in this section for any of the effects in this unit. Now let's check out the amps. There are over 100 amps to choose from, classics from Fender, Marshall, Vox, Mesa Boogie, Friedman, ENG, Orange, Peavey, PRS, the Eddie Van Halen 5150 amp, Soldano, Jet City, Blackstar, and Custom, just to name a few. This menu is where you can fine-tune your amp as well. Anything you would find on the front of an amp, but you can also change your power tubes, bias, and the preamp out. Now let's check out the cabinets. Here there are 43 cabinets to choose from, ranging from 1x12s, 2x12s, 4x12s, with all the speakers you can think of that you would need, and you can see I've loaded in some IRs as well. You can also choose your microphones and microphone placement in this menu. Now let's check out some of the effects. You have multiple phaser, flanger, and chorus effects, as well as rotary, vibrato, stutter, a ring mod, and multiple filter effects. Now let's check out the distortion and overdrive pedals. Here you get the classics like the BK Butler Tube Driver, the TS-808, the Big Muff, the Rat, and my favorite of all, the Klon Centaur. There are plenty of compressors to choose from, such as your Stompbox style all the way up to your multi-band compressors and limiters. This is a quick look at the synth engine. You have multiple waveforms to choose from. You can set up 3 waveforms and then adjust how much of your guitar signal you want to blend into it. You have multiple reverbs you can choose from, all of your standards as well as some pretty unique ones. There are plenty of delays you can choose from as well. You have vintage tape delays, digital, analog, reverse delays, ping pongs, and some unique ones like the Galaxy and Shimmer. There are multiple EQs to choose from as well as multiple noise gates. There are plenty of wahs to choose from like your classic Crybaby wah and Morley wahs. Now let's get into setting up an amp. This is just the clean DI signal before any processing. Let's pick out an amp. Now for this demo, I'm going to choose the orange Thunderbird 200 distorted channel. Now I'm going to choose the matching 2x12, the Citrus cab with the vintage 30s. I'm going to set up my microphones and placement now. For the first mic, I'm going to choose the Neumann U87. I put it a little off center and give it a little bit of distance. For the second mic, I set it up for the AKG C414 microphone, and I just leave that right up the center. Now I'm going to adjust the blend of the two mics. As you can hear, the C414 is a much brighter mic, so I'm going to blend more of the U87 in. Next, I'll set up the power tube section of my amp. Let's check out the EL34s. We'll check out some 6L6 and 6V6 tubes next. I personally like the 34s, so let's try the Badger 34s. Now we'll try the UK Gold. Now we'll check out what happens when you change the mode. I'm just going to make some slight EQ adjustments like I would on the front of the amp. We'll see how this sounds. This seems like a good starting point for your bass sound. Now I'm going to add some overdrive and effects. The sustain in the tube driver sounds great. I think I'll go with that. I'll just make a slight adjustment to the output so that way the volume doesn't jump too much. Now I'll set up my reverb. Just going to bring it down in the mix so it's slightly in the background on the amp. I think I'll go with the plate reverb for this one. I think that sounds pretty good. Here it is without the tube driver on. Sounds nice. Now I'm going to add some compression to the signal. I'll go with the studio compressor and set the peak reduction relatively low. I'll then set the wet signal to 100% in the mix. Now with the tube driver. Now that we have the reverb, overdrive, and compressor set up, let's take a look at some of the effects. I think I'll go with the 60s tremolo for this one. Let's see how it sounds. That sounds pretty cool. Now I'm going to pick out a delay. I think I'll go with the ping pong delay because I have it set up in stereo. I'll check out an analog delay here. I just want it subtly in the background, so I'm going to set the feedback low, the mix to about 30%, and the time to 800 milliseconds. Well, that sounds pretty good. So now I'm going to save that as a patch in the unit. Then I'm going to show you how to route all the different effects that we just set up to your different foot switches. Here I can patch in all the effects that I just set up to different foot switches. You can set up multiple effects to a single foot switch, or you can just set them up individually. For this video, I'm just going to set them up individually. You can choose between latching and momentary for the foot switch, whether you want it to work as an on-off switch or if you want to have to hold it down for the effect. Now that I have all of my effects set up, I haven't used the expression pedal yet, so I think I'll just throw a wah on to try it out. Now I patch the wah to the expression pedal on the board and I turn the toe switch on so that way I can turn it on and off like a regular wah pedal. Now I'm quickly going to show you the second amp that I've set up for the song. This is a 2-rock Cardiff amp with a Dr. Z 2x12 speaker cabinet. I'll play the amp first alone and then I'll patch in some of the effects I've set up. And that does it for the amp setup section.
Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you enjoyed it,
Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
to stay up to date on new videos that we release. You can also connect with us on social media, Twitter @LiquidStudio2 and Instagram @LiquidStudioProducers.
We host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch at twitch.tv/LiquidStudioProductions.
Come, hang out, talk, and create music with us. We post all the songs we create to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/LiquidStudioProducers. We list the key and BPM of each song.
You can then download the songs, add your own vocals and instruments to create your very own songs, or just enjoy the music for yourself.
Also, if you're a content creator, you can use any of the songs we create as royalty-free music for your own video content.